Alright guys, so as promised, this is going to be my Avengers lineup, and I had to write this one down. It wasn't like with the Justice League one, where I was like, yeah, I already got this down in my head. I got it down perfectly. This is going to be my Avengers team. And, yeah, as always, you guys don't have to follow my lead as exactly. You don't have to even follow the same numbers. Yeah, just make it your own. Anyway, so let's get started with this Avengers team. Starting off with our leader of this team. You always needed Captain America, and I went with Sam Wilson. No disrespect to Steve, absolutely no disrespect to Steve. But I always liked Sam leading the Avengers. I always thought it was a cool concept of him, and he's been a classic member of the Avengers since his days as Falcon. So yeah, he's had a massive impact with the Avengers for decades, and he's been part of, and also this is also, side note, this is going to be a 7-member team as well, because this is a reference to Jed McKay's new era of Avengers, which I haven't read the comics yet, but I heard it's really good. Anyway, but yeah, this version of the Avengers would be kind of a nice combination of new school and old school, and Sam really represents that idea of old school meets new school. This is a guy who's been leader of the Avengers back in the Mark Waid run, and yeah, Sam has been both a classic member and remade as a new member of the Avengers. He is that bridge between the generations of Avengers, so yeah, totally, he works as the leader of this team. Next up is another classic member of the Avengers, and that's the Vision. Vision, like I said with Martian Manhunter in the Justice League video, he's intrinsically tied to the Avengers team no matter what. No matter what team no matter where he is, his robotic heart is with the Avengers now and forever. So yeah, if you were going to do a team that's a mixture of new school meets old school, he was kind of going to be on this list no matter what. So yeah, Vision was going to be represent the heart of the Avengers. Next up, we have another classic member of the Avengers, and that's Photon, aka Monica Rambeau. Monica is another core member of the Avengers who has been there since the early, the 70s, 80s era of the Avengers, when she went by the Captain Marvel moniker. Monica, I think also people forget, just like with Vision, how powerful Monica is. She is a serious powerhouse that can control light rays and form energy blasts. She once, in the Symbiote Spider-Man King in Black tie-in, she literally punched a hole into a symbiote that was directly connected to Null and actually wounded him in a fight. Yeah, so Captain Marvel was going to be a part of this team. I wanted a Captain Marvel on this team, and no disrespect to Carol, I've just been I feel like Photon, she has been kind of pushed to the background. So for, like I said, have a core member of the Justice League, and have it be someone who, yeah, has been recently coming back to the spotlight. So yeah, having Photon here and having Monica here made a lot of sense for this version of the team. And let's move on to some other members of this group, starting off with the Blue Marvel. Blue Marvel at team member number 4, and yeah, if we want to go by new members for the Avengers, I'm surprised this guy has not been part of the Avengers at all. Well, he has been part of the Sam Wilson Mighty Avengers before the all-new era took over. But yeah, I don't have Iron Man or Thor here, because Blue Marvel is basically if you have both. He is one of the most smart, he's one of the most intelligent people on the planet. Even Tony said that dude's probably smarter than me. I don't like that. He's on par mentally with Reed Richards. He's also as powerful as Thor. How powerful, you ask? The dude one-hit KO'd the Ultimate Universe Hulk. He also punched the Sentry into orbit using only half of his strength. So it kind of gives you a clear indication that, Blue Marvel would be the powerhouse of the team, and also the scientist. Anyway, so moving on to our next member, and that is Songbird. Songbird is one of my, if not my favorite, female Marvel character. I've dug the character ever since the Thunderbolt era, the early days of Thunderbolts, and even Captain America has said, yeah, if any character deserves to be part of the Avengers, it's Melissa. So that's her real name. Songbird has proven herself from being a villain to pretending to be a hero to going to be a real hero, and has, like I said, earned Captain America's respect. And if we're going to go by old blood meets new blood, yeah, Songbird deserves to be part of the Avengers now. So yeah, Songbird, I'm pretty sure some of you guys are like, yeah, Songbird's going to be on this team. So there you go. So our second to last character is going to be interesting because the next character on this list is Nightcrawler. Now, we've had X-Men characters join the Avengers before. Obviously, Beast, Wolverine, Storm, Rogue. So Kurt kind of plays into that role. Like, Kurt is another character that would totally work as an Avenger. And I could even see Sam going to Kurt and being like, I'm sorry we weren't here for you when Krakoa fell, but I'm going to be here for you now. I want you to be part of this team and represent mutant kind on this Avengers team. And I think Kurt would be a little jaded by that, but I think he would accept. And I would love to see his connection with the rest of the team. So yeah, Nightcrawler, definitely. Yeah. And finally, for our last member of the team, I did have one member who did kind of count as a classic member of the Avengers, but then I thought at last minute, no, let's change it, because this character also is a classic member of the Avengers, and that's the Black Knight. Dane Whitman has been a member of the Avengers time and time again, and he is getting a little popular again because of his movie and whatnot, but that eventually got swept under the rug pretty fast. But the Black Knight is a pretty cool character. Again, he's another classic member of the Avengers, and like I said, this team is meant to be a kinship between, a connection between old school and new school. And Dane is part of that old school, Avengers group. I was going to put Doctor Strange here because he's kind of been around since 2001 as an Avenger, so I think he's earned himself to be a classic member or a core member of the Avengers. But I was like, you know what? No. Let's go. Let's dig a little deeper and go with the Black Knight. He could use some love, and he hasn't been on the Avengers for a while. Plus, I'm pretty sure Sam would want to keep an eye on him with that Ebony Blade, finding out it has a connection to Null and all that. So, probably need to keep a close eye on him. Plus, he was part of that era that Vision and Photon were a part of on the Avengers team, and Sam was as the Falcon. So it would almost be like Sam going to Dane, Monica, and Viz and being like, hey, let's build an Avengers team and have it kind of like the old days. We'll just add, Songbird, Nightcrawler, and Blue Marvel to represent, this new era that I want to build with the Avengers. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much my Avengers team. You guys tell me in the comments below, who would you have in your Avengers team? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.